Hey, I'm Andy Aladort, and in this edition of In Deep, we're going to be looking at the guitar playing of legendary rock guitarist Carlos Santana. One of the essential keys to the Carlos Santana sound is a combination of minor modes and the more commonly used blues and rock scales. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to play in the key of G minor, and I'm going to show you one of the modes or scales that he uses most often for soloing in the key of G. This is the Dorian mode. So this is G Dorian mode, played in third position, and as you play it, you should recite the note names and the intervals, because the intervallic structure is, of course, essential to understanding the chords that fit best with this scale and how Santana works that into his music. So G is the root, A is the major second, B flat's the minor third, C is the fourth, D is the fifth, E is the major sixth, which is one of the essential notes in Dorian. Major sixth, flat seven is F, and then we start again from the root. 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, and then again. 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, major 6, flat 7, root, 2, flat 3. And that's the structure of the Dorian mode as played in the key of G. So the way to form chords from scales or modes is to play arpeggios, and arpeggios are built from thirds within a scale, which means it's basically every other note. You're either a minor third, which is a step and a half, or a major third apart. So using G Dorian, we start from G, we have a minor third, fifth, and a flat seventh. So that, those four notes, G, B flat, D, F, that creates a G minor 7 arpeggio. And then that repeats. So now let's take those notes and we're going to play them all at once. We're going to play a chord. We're not going to play our B flat, our minor third here. We're going to play it up here. So the root note's in the same place as is the fifth and the flat seventh, but that B flat now gets moved over here. So here's a standard G minor 7th bar chord. And it could also be played like this. Another way to play G minor is to use a thumbed root, and you would play just straight G minor like this. And if you're going to make that a 7th, now I'm barring my index finger across the top 4. A very common way in which Carlos utilizes this scale and these arpeggios is in 1 minor to 4 dominant or straight 4 major progressions, and you're going to hear that on Evil Ways and Oye Como Va and No One to Depend On, songs like that. So in the key of G, the 1 chord would be G minor 7 and 4 chord would be C. So let me show you how we get those chords out of the Dorian mode. All right, so we know the 1 is G, and G minor 7 is our 1 chord. So to get the 4 chord, we just count up 4 notes in G Dorian, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's C. C is the 4th. G is the 1, C is the 4th, and you're going to play just a straight major chord. So the songs I mentioned before, like Evil Ways, No One to Depend On, Oye Como Va, use these vamps that go from 1 to 4, and it gives Carlos something cool to solo over, a good way to resolve his melodies around those chord changes. So here is a vamp in that style, something along the lines of what you hear on Evil Ways. This rhythm figure is something that you hear in the songs I mentioned. It's very common in Carlos Santana's music. So we have G minor going to C major, and it's in a syncopated rhythm. So on beats 1 and 3 in bar 1, you've got chords right on the downbeats. But what happens is I start to use the G minor to create syncopations by playing on the upbeats only. Up, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, like that. And that gives Carlos something to play against rhythmically with his solo lines. So as I said, one of the keys to Carlos' soloing style is to combine the Dorian mode with the blues scale. So here's the blues scale in the key of G. So if you look at this intervallically, you've got 1, flat 3, 4, flat 5, 5, flat 7. That's the blues scale. Then it repeats. All right, now here's a solo utilizing the blues scale over that chord progression.